see some of them outside at Tashlik and Yom Kippur Havdalah. But this is the first time in way too long that we have our precious children in our sanctuary. It's been way too long. Now, fortunately, our doctors gave us clearance to do this because, thank God, the COVID rates are decreasing significantly in the Harris County. So that gives us the blessing of our children with us. But the only key tonight is we got to keep our mask on, including our children. So let's just make sure to do that. And therefore, we can celebrate the holiday in safety and in fun. Now, before we start our service, in order to speed up the service out of safety concerns, we're not going to do Ma'ariv, but we do have a few families that are saying Kaddish. So we want to give anyone who has a yurt site or anyone in mourning an opportunity to rise now for the words of the mourner's Kaddish. It can be found in our prayer books on page 30. And for our children, you'll see some of your mom and dads or your grandma or grandpa stand up now. This is a very important prayer that we say for our loved ones. So we want to be really quiet. Shh. So out of respect, we want to be completely quiet the whole service, but especially now during the mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah. B'alma divrach yiruteh v'yamlik malchuteh. B'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayeh d'chol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala v'zman kariv v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mivorach leolam omei amaya. Yitzbarach v'yishtabach v'yitzba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitallah shmei d'kudusha brichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tishbechata v'nechemata da'miram b'yama v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabbah min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Osei shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Now, who's ready to celebrate with the Torahs? Let's do it. So let's turn now to page 403, and we are going to now open the ark. And please rise as the cantor leads us. Page 403 as we take some of the Sifrei Torah out, and we'll have an opportunity in just a moment to start our Hakafot.
ויהי בצהרון ויאמר משה קומה אדוני ויפוצו אויביך וינוסו משנאיך מפניך קומה אדוני למנוחתך אתה ואהרון עוזך כהניך ילבשו צדק וחסידיך ירננו בעבור דוד עבדך אל תשב פני משיחך ואמר ביום ההוא הנה אלוהינו זה קיווינו לו ויושיענו זה אדוני קיווינו לו נגיל ונשמחה בישועתו מלכותך מלכות כל העולמים וממשלתך בכל דור ודור כי מציון תצא כי מציון תצא תורה ודבר אדוני מירושלים.
So can one of our kids tell me how many books are there in the Torah? There's 5 books. Very good. And so you can be seated, and we are going to read from the very end of the last book of the Torah, the book of Devarim. And we are very blessed at Beth Yeshurun. Not only do we have an amazing cantor, we have an amazing Torah reader, Rabbi Danny Horowitz. And we have 3 aliyahs is the custom. The custom we're going to follow tonight is we're going to read the very end of the book of Deuteronomy for 2 aliyot. And then the 3rd aliyah, we're going to start all over with the book of Breshit, the book of Genesis. So we have 3 aliyahs. For the first aliyah, I want to call the most important people of all, the mothers. So all of our mothers, come on up for the first aliyah. All of the moms, we need your help for our very first aliyah. And let's give a big round of applause to the mothers, huh? The mothers deserve it, especially all they've been going through this past year, all the special moms. And Rabbi Ford is going to lead the moms in this aliyah.
Yep. This is on page 1202, if you have the Chumash Eitz Chaim.
Okay, moms and grandmas. Grandmas are moms too. Times two.
Okay. All right.
Grandmothers are mothers times two. So you're good to go. All right, are you ready? Baruch Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. V'zot habracha asher berach Moshe ish Elohim b'nei Yisrael lifnei moto v'yamar Adonai misinai ba'ozarak misir lamo v'yemei har paran v'yatamu divavot kodesh mimino eshtat lamo av chavei mamin kol kodesh av yadecha v'em tukul raglech yisam midar botecha Torah tzivalanu Moshe morasha kilat Yaakov Yeshurun melech midar sefer Sheyam Yachad Shivtei Yisrael Chiruven v'al yamot v'imitab mispar v'zod liyuda v'yamar Shema Adonai kol Yuda v'lamot v'yenu yadav ravlo v'yezer mitzarav tiyeh.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
So thank you to all of our mothers. And now for our second aliyah, we'll go to the very, very end of the Torah. All of the fathers, come on up, all the fathers. And let's give the fathers a big round of applause. All the dads, all the abbas. And Rabbi Morgan is going to lead all the abbas in the second aliyah.
All right. This reading is on page 1212 in the Chumash. Okay, guys. All right. Rabbi Morgan.
Yes.
Step right up
Step right up.
into the microphone.
Okay. Ready?
Baruch Hu.
Okay.
Come on, dads.
Ready, everybody? Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. V'lokam navi yahod b'Yisrael k'Moshe asher yada Adonai panim al panim l'chol ha'otot v'hamoftim asher shalach Adonai la'aseh be'eretz Mitzrayim l'Faro l'chol avadav l'chol hartzo u'l'chol hayad ha'chazaka u'l'chol ha'morah ha'gadol asher asa Moshe Le'enei Ho Yisrael Chazak Chazak V'nit Chazek Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet
Noten Torah.
Amen.
And now as our Abbas go and take a seat, but we need someone really strong to stay up. Maybe they've already been chosen, because we have to lift the Torah. And so we stand. Now you're going to notice the Torah. We ended the Torah. It's going to be very thick, very big on the right side. The whole Torah has now been read. And we rise now as this Torah is lifted. Please rise.
Ready?
And we finish the Torah.
זאת התורה ששמו שלפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה תורה 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 ציווה לנו משה תורה 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 ציווה לנו משה תורה 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 ציווה לנו משה תורה 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 ציווה לנו משה.
And you may be seated. And now this is what we as Jews do. We finish the Torah and we go right back to starting the Torah again. Every year there's so much we can learn. We want to reread the Torah every year. So now we read the very beginning of the Torah, the story of creation. And with this all-important Aliyah, we want to call upon all of our children. Come on up, all of our children, for the third Aliyah.
Hey.
Come on, this side, this side, this side, this side, this side.
Okay, have all of our children ready for the Aliyah? Here we go. Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher baruch banu mikol amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten Torah.
Amen. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim v'et haaretz v'haaretz hayta tova v'hu v'choshech al pnei tehom v'ruach Elohim rachevet al pnei hamayim v'hayomer Elohim yehi or v'yehi or v'yar Elohim et haor ki tov v'yavdel Elohim ben haor v'en hachoshech v'yikra Elohim lor yom v'lachoshech kara laila v'yi'erev v'yivoker yom echad.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten Torah. Amen. And all of our children can return to their seats. And just a reminder, because it's Chag, please don't use your cell phones, okay? Because it is Chag, so no pictures.
This side, you took that side.
Oh, right.
And now please rise as we lift
I'm all right.
this Torah. The very beginning of the Torah will now be very thick on the left side for the Breshit Torah.
Let me get this rolled a little bit more. I don't like that. This is definitely not my dominant arm.
Vezot Torah asher sam Moshe livnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai beyad Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Torah.
Torah, 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 sivav lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 sivav lanu Moshe. Okay, so now we are ready for the Hakafot. And do any of our children know how many Hakafot do we do? How many are there? Is it 1? Is it 100? How many? I see 7. That's exactly right. So this is what we're going to do. first, we need adults. And the adults are going to be in charge of taking the Sifrei Torah, around the sanctuary. So if I can get 6 adults to come up and stand behind me, to line up behind me, and then if the next 6 want to come up after them, we'll start. Let's get the adults coming up. And then for our children, now here's what we're going to do to give every child a chance to carry a Torah. What we do here at Beth Yeshurun is we have 6 hakafot. The 7 hakafah is our candy hakafah. But we want to give every child a chance who wants to carry a Torah. We're going to split it up by months. So for the first hakafah, for the children's Torah, if you were born in January or February, you get the first hakafah. So if you're a child and you were born in January or February, come on up in single file line and get a Torah, just if you were born in January or February. And the next Aliyah will do the next 2 months. So just our first 2 months of the year, January or February. If you want to follow along in the Hakafot, it's on 404. And our president, David Stein, is going to lead us in the Hakafot. So wait, hold on, children. Hold on 1 second. Wait. You guys go after the adults. Go that way, David. Here we go. Hakafah number 1.
Ana Adonai, Hoshiana. Ana Adonai, Hatzlichana. Ana Adonai, Aneinu, B'yom Koreinu, Elohei Haruchot, Hoshiana, Bochein Levavot, Hatzlichana, Goel Chazak, Aneinu, B'yom Koreinu, 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 Oseh Shalom Bimrama, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'imru, Oseh Shalom Bimrama, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'imru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael.
Okay, now we are getting ready for Hakafah number 2. And if I can get some adults to come help up here to line up, get ready. We've got 1 extra Torah, I believe, and then we'll be ready for the next one. And then all of our children that were born in either March or April. March and April birthdays only for the second Hakafah for our children. March and April. March and April children, we've got the adult Torahs ready. Ken, are you ready now for
I'm
Hakafah
ready.
number 2?
Dover tzedakot, Hoshiana, Hadur bilvusho, Hatzlichana, Vatik v'chasid, Anenu, B'yom
Now in preparation for our third Hakafah, all of our children that are born either May or June, all of our May and June birthdays, come on up as we get ready for our third Hakafah. May and June birthdays for our children. He's right. All right, now let's get ready for the third Hakafah. Here we go. Number 3.
Zach Yashar, Hoshiana, Komel Dalim, Hatzlichana, Tov Umetiv Aneinu, Aneinu, B'yom Koreinu, Aneinu, Aneinu, B'yom Koreinu, Aneinu, B'yom Koreinu.
Now in preparation for Hakafah number 4, all of our children that were born in July or August. July or August birthdays for our children. Come on up and get a Torah. And we needed some more adult help. Any of our adults who want to get a Torah, come line up here. As we now get ready for Hakafah number 4.
יודע מחשבות הושיענה, כביר ונאור הצליחנה, לא בשתקות עננו, 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 עננו ביום קודנו. בשנה הבאה נשב על המרפסת ונספור ציפורים נודדות. ילדים בחופשה ישחקו תופסת בין הבית ובין השדות. עוד תראה, עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה השנה בשנה הבאה. עוד תראה, עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה la
And now get ready for our 5th Aliyah. All of our children that were born in September or October. All of our September and October birthdays for our 5th Hakafah. September and October children. Hakafah number 5.
Melech Olamim, Hoshiana, Kabir V'Nao, Atzlichana, Zomech Noflim, Aneinu, 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 Yom Koreinu, Aneinu, Aneinu, Yom Shalom Aleichem, Eivenu Shalom Aleichem, Eivenu Shalom Aleichem, Eivenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. Ureim, 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 Ureim Benasem, Ureim Benasem ad haolam. Ureim, 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 Ureim Benasem, Ureim Benasem ad haolam. Hoshia et amecha, uvarich et nachalatecha. Ureim, 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 Ureim Benasem, Ureim Benasem ad haolam. Hoshia et amecha, uvarich et nachalatecha. Ureim, 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 Ureim Benasem, Ureim Benasem ad haolam. Ureim, 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 Ureim Benasem, Ureim Benasem ad haolam.
And now, in preparation for our 6th Hakafah, all the children that were born the last 2 months of the year, November and December, all of our November and December birthdays, November and December. All right, Hakafah number Shesh, number 6.
Ozer Dalim, Hoshiana, Podeu Matzil, Atzlichana, Zur Olamim, Aneinu, Yom Koreinu, Aneinu, Aneinu, Yom Koreinu, Aneinu, Aneinu, Yom Koreinu, Aneinu, Aneinu, Yom Koreinu, Aneinu, Aneinu, Yom Koreinu. David, Melech Yisrael, Chai, Chai, Vekayam. 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 David, Melech Yisrael.
We need some adults up to take the Torahs for the last Hakafah. Any adults who would like to hold a Torah?
Schaffte Mayim Besason, Mimayne Yeshua, Mayim, 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 O Mayim Lesason, Mayim, 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 O Mayim Lesason, hey, 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 Mayim, 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 Mayim Lesason, Mayim, 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 Mayim Lesason, Schaffte Mayim Besason, Mimayne Yeshua, Schaffte Mayim Besason, Mimayne Yeshua, Mayim, 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 O Mayim Lesason, Mayim, Mayim, Mayim.
All right, we need a few adults to help out for the 7th Hakafah. I got some large Torahs here. And, okay, now, you know what the 7th Hakafah means? Okay, so Rabbi Fort is going to be right here, down here. So all of our children, bring up your blue bags and come line up behind Rabbi Fort. But you have to line up right here, right behind Rabbi Fort. And any adult, all of our adults that have candy, if you'll line up on the route with your bags of candy ready to give out.
Instead of trick or treat, it's Torah or treat.
Exactly. Yeah, that's good.
You like that one, huh?
I like that.
Okay.
Okay, so you.
I'll let you use it.
I might use it. Yeah, and so the large Torahs go up by Rabbi Fort. Okay, all the children are going to follow Rabbi Fort and our adults with Torahs, and they're coming down. And our adults with candy, are you ready to give out your candy? All right, here we go for the best Hakafah of the year. Number 7.
Kadosh v'nora Hoshiana Chanun berachum Hatzlichana Shomer habrit Aneinu, Aneinu, Aneinu B'yom koreinu Tomech temimi Hoshiana Takif la Hatzlichana Tamim b'masav Aneinu, Aneinu, Aneinu Yom koreinu O Hoseh Shalom bimroma Hu Yaseh Shalom aleinu Not appropriate. Yas Shalom, Yas Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yas Shalom, Yas Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yas Shalom, Yas Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yas Shalom, Yas Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yas Shalom, Yas Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yas Shalom, Yas Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al
right, everybody, enjoy your candy. And that is the end of our service. So when you get your candy, you are welcome to go home. And we hope to see all of you tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. for our morning Simchat Torah service. Hag Sameach, everyone.